Hello everyone, this is Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing team, bringing you a race today from Lanier National Speedway in Georgia. Lanier National is just across the street from Road Atlanta. It's a 3/8 mile low banked oval. Banking's .9 in the corners. Lanier National stopped racing in about 2011, although the track is still open. It's been purchased and renovated with the hopes of having some larger shows, concerts, and a few specialty races there sometime in the future. Today we're going to bring you a race in the Advanced Legends Cup Series from iRacing. This is going to feature 13 of the very best Legends Cup drivers in the world, and actually some of the very best iRacing drivers in the world are going to be present today. So let's walk through the starting grid. Starting in position number 13 is car number 8, Robert Spade. Spade comes to us from Pennsylvania right now. He is in the top 100 out of more than 10,000 Legends Cup drivers that are competing right now, so Spade in the top 1%. However, Robert did not make the starting grid in time, so he will be starting from the pits. Starting in the 12th positions, Craig Phillips, racing out of the Mid-South regions. Phillips is sponsored by the Fantasy Football Profit. Starting in the 11th spot, in car number 5, that's going to be Austin McCurdy from Mooresville, North Carolina. Austin's going to show up on your screen as car number 51, but on your telemetry as car number 5. McCurdy, sponsored by Farbo and Studio 10. Starting in the 10th spot, that's car number 1 of Blake Barney. Blake comes to us from New Jersey right now. He's also racing full-time in the iRacing ARCA Menard Series. He is sponsored by Yamaha and AMS Oil. Starting in the 9th spot, in car number 4 is Mitchell Welker. Welker comes to us from Minnesota. Mitchell right now in the top 30 in the iRacing Global Grand Prix. He's also a 2-time iRacing IndyCar champion, sponsored by Renault. Starting in the 8th spot, that's car number 10 of J.B. Craighead. J.B. comes to us from the Illinois region. He's in the top 15 right now in both the Dirt UMP Modifieds and the iRacing World of Outlaws. He is sponsored by Ryco and Butt Kicker. Starting in the 7th spot is car number 13, Matt Van Duzen. Matt Van Duzen comes to us from Michigan. He's in the top 150 right now in the iRacing Legends Series. He's sponsored by Jegs and K&N Filters. Starting in the 6th spot, that's car number 7, Katie Musgrave. Katie comes to us from Snohomish, Washington. She right now is in the top 50 in the iRacing Rookie Street Stock Series, sponsored by Fanatec. Starting in the 5th spot, in car number 00, that's Aaron Johnson in the A&W Root Beer Advanced Legend Series Cup. Johnson will show up on your telemetry as car number 9, but he will show up on your screen as car 00. Starting in the 4th spot, that's car number 11, Daryl Francis. Francis comes to us from South Boston, Virginia, home of the Burton brothers. Daryl currently in the top 100 in the Advanced Legends Cup, sponsored here by Red Leg Racing. Starting in the 3rd spot, in the black car number 3, that's Timothy Triplett coming to us out of Indiana. Timothy right now in the top 50 in the iRacing Advanced Legends Cup. On the front row outside in car number 6, that's Keaton Swain. Swain comes to us from Gilbert, Arizona. He right now is in the top 3 in the Lucas Oil Off-Road Pro 4 Series, also top 20 in the Legends Cup, sponsored by MPI. Keaton running great right now, globally one of the better iRacing drivers that you're going to find. And then finally, starting on the pole, in car number 2, sponsored by Napa, that's Jonathan Tuckness. Jonathan's the top 15 in the Legend Cup. He's also top 50 in the Fanatec Rookie Street Stock Series and top 100 in the iRacing Class C Fixed Street Stock Series. Tuckness, one of the very best iRacing drivers working right now. Let's go ahead and join the action here. Tuckness is going to lead them out of turn number 4, into turn number 3. Then out of turn number 4, they're going to go as the pace car makes its way in. Tuckness hammers the throttle. The green flag's out. It's going to be Jonathan Tuckness leading to the line as they start the race here at Lanier National Speedway. Tuckness leads them out of turn number 2 onto the back straightaway. He's followed by the 3 of Triplett, the 6 of Swain, and the 00 of Johnson. Just behind them, Daryl Francis, that started 4th, has dropped back to 5th position. The 2 car of Tuckness leads them down into turn number 3, onto turn number 4, onto the front straightaway now. It's going to be Jonathan Tuckness with the lead, followed by the 3 of Timothy Triplett, then the 00 of Johnson, the 6 of Swain, the 5 of Daryl Francis. We start lap number 3 here now with Triplett right on Tuckness back bumper. It's going to be Tuckness, Triplet, Johnson, Francis, Katie Musgrave has moved into the 5th spot. Keaton Swain now has dropped back to 6th. Triplet looks inside. Oh, and he spins. Triplet was looking inside of Tuckness. Triplet spins. That's going to give the lead to Jonathan Tuckness now. Aaron Johnson will move into 2nd. Katie Musgrave now up to 3rd with Darrell Francis 4th and Keaton Swain in 5th. It looks like Swain has just made a move to get back in front of Darrell Francis, so it's going to be Tuckness, Johnson, Musgrave, Francis, and Swain. Or sorry, Swain and Francis. Back up front, John Tuckness continues to lead here. Tuckness leads Johnson by about a half a second as they start lap number 6 here. It's going to be John Tuckness followed by Aaron Johnson, Katie Musgrave, Keaton Swain, and Darrell Francis. Swain working hard now on the 7 of Musgrave. Let's watch that race just a little bit here. Swain taking a slightly higher line out of the corners here. They go down into turn number 1. Swain comes out of turn number 2 now, right on Katie Musgrave's back bumper. Sounds like there was some kind of an accident. We can't hear what happened. But it looks like Keaton Swain working hard now to try to get around Katie Musgrave. Back up front, it looks like Johnson's closed a little bit on the 2 car of Tuckness. Johnson in the 00, Tuckness in the 2. Johnson closing ever so slightly. Tuckness continues to maintain about a 3-car length lead. It's Tuckness followed by Johnson, Musgrave, Swain, Francis. J.B. Craighead now in 6th. Austin McCurdy has moved up to 7th. Van Duzen 8th. Phillips 9th. Mitchell Welker 10th. It looks like Robert Spade never did make the call. He may well have had internet trouble. Ooh, Katie Musgrave just bounced off the wall there. We can see Musgrave bounced off the wall. Does that give Keaton Swain an opportunity to get by her? Swain all over Katie Musgrave's back bumper. He looks to the inside. Musgrave pulls high and lets Keaton Swain go. She turns back down to the inside, pulls a classic crossover move, and goes right back around Keaton Swain. That was a pretty slick move by Katie Musgrave there. Swain now looks back to the inside. The net effect is that there's no change in the positions now as Jonathan Tuckness continues to lead, followed by Aaron Johnson, then Katie Musgrave. Oh, Musgrave almost spins. Musgrave nearly spins out. That's going to give the position to Keaton Swain. Darrell Francis is going to go by. Craighead's going to go by. Looks like maybe Austin McCurdy's also going to go by. That really cost Katie Musgrave a position there. Nope. Musgrave managed to get, yeah, it looks like the 10 of Craighead, the 5 went by. Katie Musgrave really suffered there. She's all the way back to 8 now after that little bit of a slip up. Let's go back up front with John Tuckness. Tuckness continues to lead. He stretched the lead out now to about 5 car lengths over Johnson here, followed by the 6 of Keaton Swain. Those 3 cars now steadily pulling away from the 4 of Darrell Francis and the 10 of J.B. Craighead. Tuckness leads them by the start-finish line. This begins lap number 15. It's Tuckness, Johnson, Swain running 1, 2, 3, followed by the 4 of Francis and the 10 of J.B. Craighead. Jonathan Tuckness leads them by the flag stand. We start lap number 16 now. It's Tuckness out front. Aaron Johnson second, Swain third. Tuckness a good smooth racer here. He's successful on all kinds of tracks. He's excellent at the larger tracks like the Charlotte Motor Speedway. He does a nice job at the big 3/4 mile track at USA International. He got the wall there just a little bit. Tuckness pushing the car pretty hard. Aaron Johnson, I think, applying some pressure on Tuckness here. But Tuckness, an excellent driver, does a wonderful job keeping the car straight. He's been in many of these battles. His career winning percentage is somewhere up around 25%. So John Tuckness is really an outstanding race driver. Down the back straightaway, Tuckness leads them. Tuckness goes into turn number 3, now through the middle out of turn number 4. Johnson closes just a little bit more. Johnson now about 2.5 car lengths back at Tuckness. Looks like he's getting into turn number 1 a little better than Tuckness right now. So it's Tuckness, Johnson, Swain, Francis. McCurdy now has taken over the 5th spot from J.B. Craighead. Johnson now right on Tuckness back bumper. Johnson wiggled just a little bit there too. These drivers pushing the cars just about as hard as they will go here, leaving nothing on the table. Some of the best iRacing drivers, the Legends Cup drivers in the world on the track right now. Everybody following John Tuckness as Tuckness continues to lead the way. Keaton Swain also now closing. Swain has closed to within 2 or 3 car lengths of Johnson. It looks like we may very well have a 3-car battle here for the lead. Darrell Francis a few more car lengths back, followed by the 5 of McCurdy, then J.B. Craighead, and the 7 of Katie Musgrave. Really is a 3-car breakaway at this point, though. Darrell Francis a good 15 car lengths back as they go down the back straightaway. It's Jonathan Tuckness now, still with the lead, followed by Aaron Johnson in the 00 and Keaton Swain in the 6. Johnson, the A&W Root Beer car. One of the interesting things that I've noticed about Johnson as he races you'll see that he has a different scheme, a different sponsor every week. This week, it's the A&W Root Beer car. Last week, what was it? I think it might very well have been the Breast Cancer Awareness car. The week before that, it was the Sinclair car. So Johnson, it seems, every Monday changes paint schemes to feature a different sponsor. Jonathan Tuckness, on the other hand, well known for running the Napa Firehouse Subs 2 car. That seems to be his car of choice unless he's racing in league. Jonathan Tuckness does participate in an iRacing league, gets a lot of windshield time. I think Tuckness probably manages to run about 300 races a month, which is something that you just never could do if you were racing for real. 300 races would be absolutely impossible, but you could certainly run 300 races a month in iRacing. Tuckness still leading now. There are 15 laps to go. Tuckness followed by Johnson, Swain, Francis, and McCurdy. 14 to go now. Tuckness continues to lead. Johnson slides a little high there and gives Swain a little bit of an opening. He just doesn't have enough car to capitalize at this point. Tuckness beginning to stretch that lead out a little bit with 14 laps to go. Keaton Swain right on Johnson's back bumper. It's Tuckness, Johnson, Swain now. Tuckness beginning to expand that lead just a little bit over Aaron Johnson. These three cars have put the rest of the field in the rearview mirror as Tuckness has a nearly 6-second lead over the 11 of Darrell Francis. Tuckness, Johnson, Keaton Swain. Austin McCurdy has now taken fourth place from Darrell Francis, relegated Francis to 5th. J.B. Craighead 6th. Blake Barney has moved past Katie Musgrave now into 6th. Oh, what happened here? Yeah, Barney's passed Musgrave into 6th. Matt Van Duzen now up to 8th. Craig Phillips 9th. Craighead has dropped all the way back to 10th. So J.B. Craighead must have had a little bit of a misadventure here, followed by the 11 of Mitchell Welker, and then Timothy Triplett now 7 laps down. As we this time by have 9 to go, it's going to be Jonathan Tuckness with the lead, followed by the 00 of Johnson, the 6th of Keaton Swain, and then the 5 car of Austin McCurdy is in 4th. Blake Barney now has worked his way up to 5th as both Barney and Musgrave have made their way past Darrell Francis. Tuckness now closing in on the 4 car. That's Mitchell Welker. Welker may have won a lot of IndyCar races, but I think he's a little bit new to Legends Cup here, and it's showing as the 2 of Tuckness goes right by. Johnson also looks to the inside of the 4 car. Johnson now turns down inside the 4 and makes the pass. It's going to be Jonathan Tuckness with the lead, followed by Johnson and the 6 of Keaton Swain. There are 6 laps to go this time by. Tuckness, Johnson, Swain. Johnson's car looks like it may have picked up a little bit of a push here. Johnson really working hard to keep that car down low. This could be an issue with Keaton Swain behind Johnson here, but it's John Tuckness out front. Tuckness extending that lead now ever so slightly. About 8 car lengths separate Tuckness and Aaron Johnson in second. Let's see what's going on with the 5 of McCurdy. McCurdy back here now being worked on. 51 really is Austin McCurdy, but he shows up as the 5. McCurdy now in the 51 goes underneath the lapped car of Mitchell Welker. Behind McCurdy is the 1 of Blake Barney. Barney really has his hands full right now with Katie Musgrave. She is all over Barney. But out front, it is Tuckness and Johnson. Musgraves gives the 1 a little bit of a tap now, and that gives Timothy Triplett a little room underneath. Let's go back up front. It is all about Jonathan Tuckness. 2 to go this time by. Tuckness now with a big lead over the 00 of Johnson and the 6 of Keaton Swain. It looks like Swain is really working hard to try to make his way past Johnson. Swain looks right to the outside now, takes a peek to the inside. There's 1 to go this time by. Jonathan Tuckness with the lead here. Tuckness comes out of turn number 2 onto the back straightaway. Barring any sort of unfortunate accident, it's going to be Jonathan Tuckness with a win here. He comes out of turn number 4, and sure enough, Jonathan Tuckness takes the checkered flag. Aaron Johnson manages to hold off the 6th of Keaton Swain for second. Swain is 3rd. McCurdy in the 51 is going to come home 4th, followed by the 1 of Blake Barney, the 7 of Katie Musgrave, the 13 of Van Duzen. Craig Phillips is going to finish 8th. The 11 of Francis is 9th, and J.B. Craighead is going to round out the top 10. That was quite a race. The winner here is going to be Jonathan Tuckness. on a nice day with some of the very best iRacing drivers in the world competing at Lanier National Speedway down in Georgia. For the Johnson iRacing team on the Johnson iRacing Network, this is Aaron Johnson saying, go fast, turn left, have fun.